Blue, blue, bonsoir. Blue skies, smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song, nothing but bluebirds from now on. Never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by when you're in love, my how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. It's raining. So I thought I'd sing Blue Skies. It's raining here. It's drizzling. There used to be almost no roof on this house. It was just if you look up at here, I'll show you the ceiling. If you look at the ceiling, that's what the ceiling looks like, just those wood slats. So until a year or two ago, until a year ago, that was basically the roof. It was just those slats with then some basically like tar paper on them. Then we put some insulation, like some foam insulation, and some solar panels. So now the rain sounds like rain usually sounds like in a house. But before that, up until last year, it really sounded like it was like percussive. It was almost like amplified rain. I really liked that. I missed that. That was a nice feature of this house. But on the other hand, there was no insulation and the roof needed some attention. I think, yeah, it did. It got to that point about three or 4 years ago where the insurance company said, you have to get a new roof or we're not going to insure the house. So that's when you know you got to do it. Oh, a hot tin roof. That would be a good idea. Actually, metal roofs, when you're looking into replacing a roof, they really, some people do that. They recommend that. I think it's more expensive, but it lasts a long time, a metal roof. Good evening. I am Ethan. I don't know anything about roofing or insulation, but, that doesn't stop me from talking about stuff. As I've said before, one of my favorite words, ultra-crepidarian. That's that habit of speaking with authority about stuff that you really don't know a damn thing about. I am Ethan Hirschenfeld. This is the nosho. There's no W at the end of the nosho because we couldn't get the rights. All the W's were taken by Mark Zuckerberg, Sergey Brin, and Jeff Bezos. So we're the nosho without a W. Thank you for tuning in. This is the nosho. We're here every night at 9 p.m. on the East Coast. And when I say we, I mean me and the dogs. Gornamonts is right at my feet. Hildy was limping today, but she developed I have to say, a very stylish, impressive limp, where she very quickly got over the fact that it was a limp, and she was just kind of hopping along without putting any weight on that rear right paw. But we do have a 9 a.m. appointment at the vet, so we're going to have a professional look at her paw. I didn't go squeezing up and down from the paw, from the toes, those little toes, up to the knees and the hips. Like what am I going to do? If I discover where it hurts her more, that doesn't get me anywhere. I'm going to have a pro do that. Bum, bum, ba-da-da-da. Ultra crepidarian. That's close, Neurogeezer. Your spelling is close. I think instead of crapidarium, an ultra crapidarium, the way that looks like a good variation because that sounds like someone who just lays on the bull crap really thick. Ultra crepidarian. I think it's CREP instead of CRAP. So it's crep instead of crap. And it's instead of darium, which sounds like the place where the crap gets slung, it's IAN. IAN, like an Armenian last name, instead of UM, like the Latin. Oh, the sound of rain on the videos on YouTube. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, I like those white noise options. Yeah, the ukulele part on this, the chords for that Blue Skies. By the way, that was Blue Skies, Irving Berlin, 1927. Tonight I played it, I have to say, arrhythmically, like the song had an arrhythmia. But I was just, I don't know, felt like doing it like that. Wah, 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 wah. Nothing but blue. Hello, Dawn. Hello, Richard. Hello, Kathy. Hello. Hello, Mom. Hello. Hello, hello. Walking like Mick Jagger. Yeah. Who among the famous walkers would I compare Hildy's walk today to? There's a ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. Yeah, it didn't really have that Mick Jagger, the chicken head. Although, yeah, there's a rhythmic quality to it. Yes, the hoodie is from Kirsten's shop. Oh, what I discovered, I did a little experiment this morning with my friend Ian when we were Zooming early this morning to do a little writing session. I discovered, he said, oh, does the QR code work online? And it does. So here, let me do that again. This time I'll do it so you can see it. You can actually QR. I know this is some shameless marketing, but I mean, not the hoodie, but me holding it up like this. There's the QR code. There, maybe you can see it. Yeah, there's a QR code on the back of the sweatshirt and a QR code on the sleeve too. But yeah, it works. It works. Oh, Dawn, you tried it? Yeah, you can actually, it works. Although I guess if you're watching this on your phone, then that wouldn't work. All right. Well, it's a good thing I took it off because it's a little warm once I start sipping on this delicious instant decaf coffee that I'm about to drink. So yeah, the dog that this dog Hildy reminds us of, our beloved Boo, who passed away in 2018. Boo was kind of a schlemazel. Boo was an amazing dog, just very sweet and beautiful, very photogenic. Had a great human sigh. He would go, when he was relaxing, he would, and he would sing very high notes. When I would sing, he would go kind of falsetto, very like a whistle tone, I think they call it. They call it when some singers do that. Anyway, Boo was getting injured and getting sick and in the end he got lymphoma, which was, that was very serious. But I don't expect or think that Hildy reminds us of Boo, because in part he was part Dane. She's Dane. He had the blue merle coat that she has, the spots, very beautiful. And Danes like to lean on you and lie on top of you. They're very like affectionate, cuddly dogs. But I don't think she's got that schlemazel gene. But we don't know. We'll see. But either way, we'll take care of it. Right, not a schlemiel, exactly. Richard, if I have the taxonomy of unlucky Yiddishisms correct. So the schlemazel, unlucky things happen to them all the time. The schlemiel causes the unlucky things to happen. Cool, stormy night at the Shire. Oh, I gotta look that up. Cool, stormy night at the Shire. I looked up Let's Get Lost today. That's a good song. I know it from Chet Baker, like most of the jazzy songs I know. Cool, stormy night at the Shire. I'm looking it up on guitar.com. No, they don't have it. All right, well, I'll find it somewhere. The other night when I played that Gene Autry, what's that? Oh, Don't Fence Me In. When I played that, I played just a minute of it from YouTube. I got an email from YouTube the next day saying they flagged that video for a copyright violation. So the robots know what they're doing. The robots are busy. The robots have very good ears. I know they have some humans helping them, but the robots are doing their job. Somehow they really, just from playing, I don't even think a minute, 30 seconds of that, they flagged it. Yes. Oh, the Danes think they're lapdogs. Absolutely. I sent an article from the New York Times yesterday to my friend in LA who has a beautiful doodle, a beautiful golden doodle. I think it's a golden doodle. It might be a labradoodle. The article was about those doodles and how human they seem. And there were links to some videos where, there was a very famous RC Cola. I don't know how famous it was, but it really stuck in my head. When I was a kid, there was an advertisement for RC Cola where you would see a guy driving in a convertible along a country road. I think it was a Corvette, like a blue Corvette. And he's driving along, and in the seat next to him is a blonde, as they would have said it back then. A blonde with her hair fluttering in the wind. And then the camera moves around the car, and the reveal is that it's an Afghan. It's a dog with the beautiful blonde hair. So that's what some of these videos are playing with. That kind of surprise reveal, because these animals look so human. They behave so human, the look in their eye and the way their posture. So the joke apparently that gets repeated is that the owner, the human, is waiting for the dog to unzip the costume and reveal him or herself to be a human underneath the dog costume. Movement Voter Project. Movement.vote. Movement Voter Project. I'm hypnotizing you. Movement.vote. Oh, Richard, you remember that? Yeah, RC Cola. Yeah, for sure, Kathy. The ads these days are targeted. It's amazing to think back in the day they just had to put the ad out there for everyone to see and hope for the best. Oh, me and my RC. That's what it was. Exactly. Me and my RC Cola. Me and my RC. Yeah, I should say, by the way, for full disclosure, the other night when I was joking about uh, Jeff Bezos and Amazon having their finger in every pie, it was what was the song when I was joking around? Something about Amazon. Always, maybe. Um, for full disclosure, I do own stock in Google, so I have some Alphabet stock. So, and here we are doing the show on YouTube. Still not monetized, so there's no conflict. But that would be an interesting thing. I wonder how that works if like hosts of late night shows own stock in the network that shows their show. Although I guess they would because part of their pay might be stock in the company. I don't know. The old Levi's commercial, ha ha ha. Oh, I don't remember that one. Politicking. No, not sure. I missed that one. Another great one from my childhood was this. There was one for grapes. It was to try to get you to eat healthy, and it showed these kind of lazy, snacky scenarios, like a guy slurping on a big grape soda, and another guy, I don't know, chewing on some grape gum, and someone else having some grape other thing, and then the punchline was, "Have a grape." And it was, I guess, a an ad from the Grape Council, from the Grape Growers Association. Yes, exactly, Kathy. That was the word. It came to mind. I didn't even want to use the word compensation package. It's one of those phrases that George Carlin would have made fun of. You know, they used to call it pay or salary, and then it turns into compensation and compensation package. Uh, you know, his famous bit about shell shocked, which was such a descriptive and apt term, and then it turns into the very clinical PTSD. So compensation package. Hey Leslie, bonsoir. Hey Leslie, I have a question for you. So in my youth, when I was a Ute, I would have pronounced your name Leslie. Leslie. I definitely would have pronounced it with a Z in the middle. Leslie. But it's obviously written with an S, so it's Leslie. But I think, what is the correct pronunciation? And or how do you prefer it to be pronounced? Do you like it with a Z or with an S? I think we have an answer. Oh, you like it with a Z? Yeah? Is that what your right means? I don't know. S or Z? I think you mean Z. Kathy says, saw a great comic strip with the Green Giant taking. All right. Trying to decipher that. I mean, oh, S, you're S all the way. So it's Leslie. Okay, interesting. Leslie. So that's right. So it is with an S. All right. Yeah, so S, got it. Thank you. So that's right. Yeah, because I guess pronouncing it with a Z is sort of a New Yorkism. Here's something I was talking about today, and I didn't put it out there because instead we put out the little video about the art show. I went to this art show tonight. It was an opening of a show by my friend Lise, 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 which you might pronounce Lise. I've been saying Lise. I should check with her. Lise King. King is her last name. And she has a show at the Commons in Provincetown. The Commons is a art space, gallery, shared workspace in Provincetown. And she has a really great show. I went to see it, and photos in many different styles from decades of her work. Amazing shot of Jesse Jackson at the 2008 Democratic Convention, where Jesse Jackson has tears in his eyes about something Obama is saying. So, yeah, Lise told me it was the moment when Obama was talking about the work of Martin Luther King and talking about the fact that a lot of work remains to be done. And she turned around and there was Jesse Jackson crying. And so she actually asked his permission before taking the photo. It's a great photo. So I noticed there was one really great little photo, smaller than the others, printed smaller, of a boy lying on the ground. He's playing with Matchbox cars, and he's on the ground, and I believe he's actually in the White House in the hallway while there's some important meeting with I think it's a Lakota tribe member meeting with the president in the White House. But there's a kid lying on the floor outside the office playing with matchboxes. But when it first caught my eye, you see that it's a hallway in DC, and you see an American flag, and you see a body horizontal in a position. If you're just glancing at it peripherally, you might think, as I did, that it's a body in motion, like a body kind of flying, a kind of like doing the side stroke. And so my very first thought was it reminded me of January 6th. So then I just made a short video, which we put on TikTok and it's here on YouTube. Of me saying that it looked like a tiny January 6th rioter who'd been tossed through a window to break into the Capitol. That was tonight's video. But what I started with was, well, I'll get back to it, guys. What happened to the musical interlude? Oh, okay, we need a little music. Richard says, I'm half Iroquois. Are you half Iroquois, or is that's interesting. Leslie says, John Jr. You mean like John? JFK Jr.? Oh, wow, Richard. Amazing. You might be really interested in Lisa's photos. I mean, anyone should be interested in them for their beauty, but that's more of a personal connection. Yeah, I think I mentioned a few months ago I was at the JFK Museum in Hyannis, and there was a photo on the wall of John. It was a photo on the lawn at the White House. And JFK Jr., as a little boy, probably 4 or 5 years old, had a black eye, and it was unremarked. None of the captions mentioned it. No, it was really weird. I mean, kids have accidents, but it was kind of eerie. Yeah, no, the kid on the floor is in fact the son of a senator. I don't know the name. I don't know what I'm singing. I'm in a bit of a musical, let's say, a musical and a vocal lull, which happened a few months ago too, where I didn't have I didn't have a song in my heart. It'll come back. Without a song, that's a great song. Is that a? Oh, good. Is that Kurt Weill, Without a Song? That was a really good one. Without a song, the day would never end. Without a song, the road would never bend. When things go wrong, a man ain't got a friend. Without a song, without a song. Oh, the Coat song from, it's funny you mentioned the Coat song again. Neurogeezer. I think you mentioned it last night or the night before, because I was reading another Italian story, and the word. This is a story called The Houses by Pavese. The writer's name, I think, is Cesare, like Caesar, Pavese. I think that's his first name. So in it, the protagonist talks about how he likes to walk around the neighborhood, kind of looking at the houses on his day off, on his Sunday, while all of his colleagues from the factory, they're all doing the same thing. They're biking either to the pub, which in Italian they say osteria. They're going to the osteria, which I always thought was just restaurant. But here they translate it as pub. So his friends on their day off on Sunday, they're either biking to the pub or up the hills, up the colline. The collina. Colline. So the character who sings the Coat song is named Colline, which I always thought meant hill, but it's the hills. It's plural. Anyway, colline. And then in Rent, in that Broadway version of La Boheme, that was a giant hit in the late 90s. The guy's name is Colin, that character. So let's see if this is. If this is something that I could do, and if it's in a. Ooh, there's some really wild chords there. That's going to require a little bit of a. Oh, it's not that wild. I guess I could get to the through the first. Vecchia zima. No, that's the wrong chord. Oh, it's an E minor. Vecchia zima rassenti, io resto al pianto a scendere il sacro monte ordevi. Le mie grazie ricevi. This is the guy selling his coat at the end of La Boheme to buy medicine for the soprano who is quickly expiring from tuberculosis. No spoilers. I'm not going to tell you what happens. Oh, this is another. Antro. That's another word that I just saw in one of these stories. The word antro, which is a cave. I'm trying to think what. In one of those Pirandello stories, I saw the word. Neurogeezer says Mimi is dying of poverty. Well, yeah, poverty. That's absolutely right. She has tuberculosis, but lots of people had tuberculosis. I guess she's part of what's killing her is that she doesn't have the money to see a doctor. Vecchia zimarra senti, io resto al pianto scendere il sacro monte or devi. Le mie grazie ricevi. So he's saying to his old coat, listen, old coat, I'm going to stay down here. You're going to go up the sacred mountain. And the sacred mountain apparently is a reference to the spot in Paris where there was the flea market. So he's saying, you're going to go up to the flea market. I'm going to sell you so I can get money to buy her some medicine. What was that called? What's that big church? That giant church in Paris? Oh, Montmartre. Montmartre, yeah. Mai non curvasti logoro dorsai richiedai potenti. Oh, these are chords. I have no. It says a G69 and an F sharp 69. Oh, what are they talking about? Anyhow, all right. Anyhow, he's thanking his coat, and he says, "You never curved your back. You never submitted or prostrated yourself in front of the rich and the powerful, and in your pockets, like in ancient caves, there were philosophers and poets, because it's always stuffed with books." And then he says thank you and goodbye to his coat. Oh, a G6 the ninth Neurogeezer. Yeah, I thought that might be what it meant. When it says G69, it's a G6 and 9. The funny thing is, like, when I looked up, like when they say like a C9 chord, that also has the 7 in it. So you don't write C79, you just write C9. But here, I guess, in the case of a G6 and 9, the point is, normally in a G9 there would be a 7th, but not a 6th. Sorry, Richard, I'm killing you. What are they talking about? I don't know. What are they talking about? He died from polio at 34. Oh, Richard, you're saying, oh, his grandpa was in it. All right. All right, look at this. Time has escaped us. Time has escaped us. I had just a single sip of coffee. Oh, now I'm going to sneeze. Hey, I'm back. I'll be loving you always, with a love that's true always. When the things you've planned need a helping hand, I will understand always, always. Days may not be fair always. That's when I'll be there always. Not just for an hour, not just for a day, not just for a year, but always. Yeah. Thank you for blessing me. I bless you. Everybody's blessed. Everybody be blessed. And I hope you have a great weekend. And I will see you, I'll see you tomorrow night. See you tomorrow night at 9. Every night at 9 here on YouTube. The No Show.